Hey there everyone, welcome back. It is Thursday, and I know we have some new Heroes banners coming up in Fire Emblem Heroes very soon, so I wanted to make a quick FEH video for you all discussing what other than double special heroes. Right? That's what we're doing here. I know that the midpoint book is coming up. I'm sure we'll have something relevant to talk about that soon. I'm sure we'll have a calendar soon. Soth is getting refined. Lots of exciting things. However, we're also likely getting a double special banner this month. So I'd like to tell you all what's likely going to be on it, because it's important. Just trust me on this. There's a lot of good stuff coming up, because we're hitting into like the winter months at this point. So we're talking winter through Plegian. So there's a lot of good things there on the horizon, double special wise. So let's go ahead and just talk about it and just see what's popping for double special. So far, of all the banners we've had, we dipped into ninja banners last time, I believe. We still have a couple of Halloween remnants left over, that in the form of Dikinsia and Zane, and then we also have Navarre, which two of these units I don't have. So this is looking good for me. I have relatively free pull over most of the colors that I'm predicting will show up again. So typically they don't let these get too far behind. I think more than likely we'll see all of these wrap up this next month. Mainly because like Navarre is the only one left, and Halloween is... It's been on at least two. This will be the third banner it's got representation on. And I don't feel like they're gonna want to stretch that out any further. I think it started with Halloween Robin, which I also did not get, but that's fine. These are the three that we have left. So there's that. Nothing really too inconspicuous, too crazy to second guess there. There's not that many remnants. We have very few remainers. No other way I can phrase that, probably. I've said it all the same way. This is what we have that's up and coming. Woo! So as you can see, we have a nice little hard stop. Because we had Halloween in October, we had Ninjas in November, and then we had December, of course, which was winter units, or Christmas units, however you want to phrase them. Santified heroes. So the winter banner is up next. That's the one that's coming. Then we had New Year's, and then we had the Pledging banner. Those are the next three, even though they all released within like a 4-week period, like something crazy like that. 6 weeks, I don't know. We had three special banners like bam 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 right in a row. Absolute insanity. But that's what December, January is at this point. There's just a lot of stuff happening that yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's happening. So winter is up and coming. I can't see them dipping into Plegian just yet. Typically they like to borrow from at least 3 different banners to have representation on the double special. But you can see, like, as far as the remainders go, we've already got 2 banners repped. So I would genuinely be very, very surprised if they dipped into something like Plegian. They're going to have to dip into New Year's, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I think mostly you're going to see pretty much everybody from the winter banner show up on this next one. Because, again, I can't see them dipping too far ahead. Not to mention, that would bump them ahead. I don't know. They typically like to keep like 6 months between, right? So December to June would be 6 months. Great. So I think more than likely they're just going to focus on winter. And they were for a while doing this thing where they'd have one complete banner on a double special, and then it would fill in from various other banners to keep the other colors 2 for 2, right? So I'm not saying they're going to go back to that, but it kind of seems like they have to this time around. So the other thing that they typically do, and I'll say typically because, there are no patterns, right? It's just whims of the dev team that decide this stuff. So you have typically 2 duo harmonized units on the banner, right? So looking ahead, we don't have any remainders, obviously. if they keep to that pattern, that means we're going to have a harmonized Altina and a duo Peony. And those are the two that are basically guaranteed to be on the banner, alongside the remainders, assumedly, that they don't want to space us out. Because it would be weird, right, if like they didn't do Navarre this time, and then in August, I guess it would be, they just randomly have Navarre pop up again. After going from like almost all ninjas to no ninjas to one ninja. I feel like that would be weird, right? So I feel like they have to fill in the remainders. I feel like they have to fill in the winter units. But they have to dip into green, which would be New Year Peony. Makes sense. So overall, I think more than likely what we're looking at is pretty straightforward. They might kind of shift ahead a little bit. I'm not saying that they won't, or that they can't. But at least the harmonized duo representation typically comes in pairs, and it typically follows order. So as far as what we won't see on this next one, harmonized Dorothea is not on the menu. she's not going to be there. More than likely, Caden will also not likely be there. I can't see them bumping Diginsia again, a Halloween unit for a New Year's unit in Caden. So that's not likely to happen. Similar for, I guess, blue, you know, it's probably Hilda. I guess it might not be Hilda. It could also not be Hilda, but it's probably Hilda. So, I don't know. It's bizarre. I can't see them going with Valoria, for example, over Hilda. But I guess that's one of the maybe more reasonable options if they decide to do that. So, hi Jen. Jenna's coming to recording time.
I'm just getting my computer.
Alright, bye Jen. That was fun. We had a little visit. Yeah, so I'm trying to crunch stuff in before a meeting after lunch. So basically, I don't see them bumping Valoria. It could have happened, sure, but that's kind of the only one I think they might do for that particular instance, mainly because Navarre is, you know, further ahead than Halloween, so possibly Valoria over Hilda. I think green is pretty straightforward. I don't think they're going to put Tharja in here just yet, so Bernie Peony I feel like is my pretty strong assumption there. And then additionally, we have, again, Zane in the similar situation. I don't think they're going to put Plumeria in there. I hope they don't put Plumeria in there. Plumeria has not only a merge that I'm after, but also she has some skills that I'm after. So I'm fingers crossed. I'm hoping that she's not on this one. Ideally, like I don't know. I'd rather have a chance to get some more Sephirin stuff. I was hoping that in truth Plumeria and Sephirin would be on the banner together, because that would be like a no-brainer pull. Even Roth, I guess technically, he would be an option, but really there's no reason to get merges on Zane. Like it's kind of moot, right? Because he takes he's like the copycat card from Yu-Gi-Oh! Like that's just, he takes stats from other units on your team, so you don't really need merges at that point. So getting extras of him is not really, like, reasonable. You don't want to do that. So ideally, I guess I put myself in a situation where any of the three in the upcoming for colorless would be together, would be great. Because Roth has a great bow. Sephirin is a really strong healer and also has some unique skill inheritance, and then, you know, Plumeria also has those rain skills that I'm after, but we don't have that option. So you know, that is what it is. So I guess overall this is kind of what I'm assuming we'll see. Again, there's a little bit of variability. I feel like red and green are pretty locked, so if you want my opinion, which you came to this video so you probably do, I'm going to say hard lock on Diginsia and Altina for red, and then Bernie and Peony for green. Blue, I'm putting a hard lock on Navarre and a possibility of Hilda or Valoria. And then for colorless, I'm thinking Hardlock on Zane, and then a possibility of Sephiran or Plumeria. That's where my head's at. Because, you know, realistically, in August, if they were to do double special that had Hilda and the most popular unit in all of Fire Emblem history, both in blue, little Choose Your Legends joke there, then, you know, that would be a good incentive for people to pull on. I think the Pledgian banner in general is very, very strong. So that is what it is. But that's pretty much what I'm going with. Again, I feel like they're probably going to mix up some of the winter units in terms of blue and colorless. So be prepared to see some possible New Year's stuff pop in there, but they may also not. They may just go with a hard draw and then have a bunch of New Year's left over that they'll sprinkle in over the next 2 double special banners between August and October. I could see them doing that too. So neither here nor there. Count it once. But those are my thoughts on the upcoming Double Special Heroes banner. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for any of these, or if you are interested in any of them, or if you're just like, yep, I'm gonna give a hard pass to this. But the downside is that a lot of these upcoming banners are very, very good. The winter, the New Year's, always really good banners. And then the Pledging banner was also really, really solid in terms of weapons and skill inheritance as well. So a lot of good stuff. Rough that it's happening right in the middle of Summerfest. But hey, it is what it is. Isn't it odd that they always put the really good banners on double specials back during summer and then Choose Your Legends right within that 3-month period? We have the really good double special banners pop up. Bless up. Alright, well, that is it for me right now. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you. Subscribe. Please subscribe. We're so close to 10K. I think we're like 1,300 away. And I'm really just wanting this milestone. I don't know what's going to happen after that, but we'll see. We'll go on a journey together, right? Thank you all so much again. Until then, I will catch you next time.